Okay, it's show time. This is episode one of what we have agreed to call Geeks Speak.
That is
Because
correct.
I'm a geek, Mark. You consider yourself a geek,
Correct.
born and raised blue and true. So we got all kinds of great things we're going to be talking about in this show and many shows afterwards. All things like Star Wars, Mandalorian, Loki, Marvel. We like Resident Alien, TV shows and movies, all glory, and even other things too. We'll be rating some things for you too as we go along. Just have a lot of fun and join in if you want to on either Fletch TV the Fletch TV, which is actually the Fletch Entertainment Network on Facebook. If you're watching there, awesome. Give me a share to like. And then, of course, on YouTube, same thing, Fletch Entertainment TV YouTube channel. You can join us there both. If you got some comments, you can put them on. And if we find them worthy enough, we will put them on the air and maybe even bring you on and talk to you or at least chat with you. We also have another person with us, and that is Boba, which is one of Mark's birds. Is that Boba's? Well, Boba's not the one talking, right?
No, that is Baron. He
Baron,
doesn't have a
okay.
Star Wars name because we got him too late. He wouldn't answer
Right.
Commando, so we went with Baron. Boba will maybe appear on my shoulder. I'm looking at him now on the floor. He's chewing a piece of plastic.
So he might fly around, right?
He might fly around and end
Okay.
up on his shoulder when he gets tired chewing on the plastic.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool. We've got one of the only shows I was just saying right before we went live with a live parrot on it. So I got the Mandalorian and thing behind us. Doing my first green screen, as you can tell, I'm not a great geek because I can't figure it out, the green screen, but maybe it's my PC. But either ways, Tatooine in the background. Mark's got his Rebel hat on. He's got lots of great posters. He's in his Star Wars / Marvel / everything Mark geek man cave.
Man cave. Yeah.
And maybe someday we'll do a spin around of the camera. There's all kinds of really, really cool things in there. I was there a few weeks ago and it was absolutely awesome. And nothing would fit under my coat as I left, so nothing went with me. He's
I
got
get
a
so much
dog.
stuff. I don't know if it'd be missing. I
He's
would
got
know
a
if I was
dog
missing
that
it or not.
I wouldn't even try to steal. He's got a dog that would probably find where I live and drag me back there. Beast,
Saber,
nice dog
yeah.
though. He's pretty much he's a purebred golden German Shepherd, right?
German Shepherd, yeah.
Okay. All right, awesome. So we're going to start off with the most recent show that played this past week that ended its first season, and that's in the Marvel Universe, and that's Loki.
Glorious
I
purpose.
think everybody, it's hard to imagine anybody not liking what we saw on 6 episodes of Loki. So we, real quickly, we'll do it at the end. So, Mark, what did you take from just beginning to end and Loki just overall? What are your thoughts and feelings about that?
It was just really well done. Matter of fact, the one episode when oh yeah, spoiler alert, if you haven't already seen it, I suggest you turn it off. When they're looking at the ship and it blows up, and that was the end of episode 4, I think.
Yes.
And you're like, I want more. You want it to go on. Yeah, we gotta wait till next week, as always. Great casting. Hiddleston is looking a bit older. I see more and more crow's feet every time, but he just keeps bringing it.
But yeah, it's I was really surprised to see Owen Wilson, but I think he pulled
Gosh.
off. He pulled. I mean, in the early beginnings of seeing him in movies, I was just like, all right, man, this guy, but he sounds the same in every movie. But I give credit to writers and directors that put him into a character and his ability to act. I'm not going to take anything away from him. Also,
Right.
it was well done. I mean, I was all over the spectrum with this. From week to week, I'm like, okay, does the TVA really exist, or is this another thing? At one point, I thought Loki's the one that created the TVA. It's another Loki, I mean, they had me going in every direction, And ultimately, it's like he died in the main timeline,
Right.
but then he escaped before that happened. So it's like, how did that all get to where it was going unless the TV, so it extremely interesting. And at the end of that, episode 6, I was thinking, okay, that's the new bad guy, the new Thanos, if you will, was the guy, the ultimate. I don't know if I remember his actual name, if they even said it, but he was the one that conquered all the other
He
ones that were
remains.
just like him.
Yeah,
he remains. There you go.
Yeah.
And then of course they don't know who that guy is. They're like, "Who are you? Where are you from?" And he's like, I'm thinking Back to the Future. You're on an alternate timeline, Craig Scott, and I love that show. Movies we all do. So and then so I'm watching the credits, thinking this is it. This is going to another movie. I wonder what movie it's going to be. And then stamp and like I said, spoiler alert. I guess. If you don't want spoilers, don't watch this show because we're talking about stuff. But anyways, season 2, and I'm actually really, really happy about that because now we got something to look forward to from a season standpoint for the first time in Marvel. Everything else has been one-offs, so and they've been good ones. WandaVision was one that I watched the first episode and I'm like, okay, they're just trying to grab money on this thing. This is really dumb,
I thought it was unique with the fixed by camera with the. I didn't know how to take it. First, we're in the 50s, and next thing you know, we move it. Yeah, every set was different. And when you find out behind the scenes that they had sets set a certain way on purpose, everything from Family Ties to Dick Van Dyke to, it was just amazing how they thought that up.
I was like, my thought was, okay, they're making it look like Dick Van Dyke. This is episode 1. They're making it look like Dick Van Dyke, and it's somewhat funny. It's the 50s-ish. But I'm thinking, there's no real, this doesn't have anything to do with the Marvel Universe, so to speak, is what I was thinking. So I'm like, this is just a waste of my time. And then a few weeks into it, I caught an article, and somebody said the same thing I said. It's on Facebook, I think, and somebody commented, go to episode 4 and then watch it, and then you'll go back and watch all 3. And that's what I did, and that's what I learned. I mean, spoiler alert, episode 4 shows you that they brilliantly did this right into the timeline, and it fits all in together from the end of Endgame. Excellently done. So from that point, I'm like, now I'm hooked. I'm giving Falcon and Winter Soldier 100% of my time, and I love that. That new Cap turned out to be a real, hose head. That's going to be interesting to see and who's the lady that's playing that actress that played like it was Seinfeld. Elaine.
Elaine, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, is she?
She's really good. Yeah.
Right. What's her role in this? What character or what entity is she representing? So they got a lot of neat things coming out of that, for sure. And I'm guessing that's going to go into another movie, maybe, because they surely didn't say that's got another season for that, So
yeah.
But yeah, Loki, another season 2. I'm guessing we're going to have to wait about a year for that. Most of these things got about a year's time, with all the production.
If they want to do it right.
Yeah, we want to do it right. There's no doubt. So it's worth the wait because we got so many other things coming down the line. One thing I was happy to see that it's going to be, I think, 20-something episodes when it's done for season 1 is the animated Bad Batch. Have you been keeping up on that, I'm sure?
I am up to date. I am thinking about making a Wrecker costume.
Oh, okay.
Because he's big, of course. I've tried to print his helmet a couple of times, but it didn't quite work out. But, let me shut my printer off. And I'm sorry about the birds, by the way.
Oh, that's all right.
You hear me? And
those are birds. Those are not kids. We promise you.
Those are 2 macaws. And they are... Oh, I lost you. Where'd you go?
Oh, you lost me?
Yeah.
I'm still seeing you, so you must have something minimized.
That's what I'm thinking. What icon, though?
You're definitely still there.
I'm still there?
Yep. I can hear you and see you.
Well, I'll just talk to you then.
Somehow
I don't know what to bring up. I really don't. Web browser? No, that's not it.
It should be in a web browser.
Shoot.
Do you have a StreamYard tab?
Yeah.
There you go.
Let me see. In your broadcast. There I am. You there?
Oh yeah. You just got a little left. Oop, you coming back in?
Wow. That was bizarre.
Now you're in the place.
Now you have a delayed mic. So it's
okay, hold on for a second. Okay. Now I got to... Can I hear you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear you. Yeah.
So I can get this. Okay. That's fine.
All right.
I got you down there twice, which was interesting, but you don't have any delayed anymore, do you?
Oh, man. I went to shut the printer off, it came back, and bam.
Is there any delayed more, or are you good with sound?
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I can actually hear myself now. I couldn't hear it before.
Oh, wow. This is live, folks, so that's how it goes with live TV and all that stuff. So,
no live TV.
So because this is kind of a new feature we got going here, we hope this becomes a cultural thing that we do here. But we both liked Loki, so we both agree that Loki is a Millennium Falcon.
That's a Millennium Falcon, yeah.
Millennium Falcon is the best ship, so in the universe, the galaxy. So if it wasn't good, it would be poop emoji. So it's either Millennium Falcon or poop emoji. And to give you an example of a poop emoji, this is where I came up with it. I heard on the radio this weekend is a documentary about, I think it's the tennis player girl that says she gets PTSD from the media. But yeah, she's making a documentary herself, and she did a thing on Time Magazine. So my thought was, we're not going to be watching that because that's going to be poop emoji. So this is giving. We may not do that very often on stuff. I guess every once in a while there'll be Firefly. I guess I don't know. I never saw that, but apparently they do that.
Me neither. But the fans, especially at Dragon Con, which I'm getting ready to go to, they're just still upset, still carrying the torch for it. So
amazing. Let's go ahead and talk about it. What Bad Batch? We got there first. So
yes,
Wrecker. I like Bad Batch. I think it's done some really great stuff, sticking with the storylines that preceded it. You know, Cad Bane came in last week. He was awesome. Omega. Now she's new as of the Bad Batch, correct?
Yes. Yeah, she's a new character. Young lady, supposed to be a clone.
Right.
So if you're caught up, they brought back the droid. People are screaming it right now. The little one, the orange. I can't remember his name right now. Don't tell me.
What did you say? A droid?
Yeah.
Chopper.
That
one? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was in the most recent one, or maybe the one before, and they brought it back.
He was in the last one too.
Yeah. He was in the last one too. And that whole planet was, I believe, somewhat new, but the characters that are from that planet, I started to think to myself, could they ever do a whole episode at the very least on a Wookiee planet? Because none of the Wookiees spoke English, so it would all be subtitles the whole time with a lot of, so I would watch it, but I don't know if they would ever do that.
They'd have to get a bunch of Harrison Ford's character that can just miraculously translate Wookiee.
Yeah, there you go.
Whatever.
And speak it. Yeah. Speak it when your face is getting shoved in the mud. So, the Bad Batch. I really feel like it's going somewhere. Filoni's thumbprint is all over that, and you can tell it's not a whole bunch of single show stories. It's a pantheon of stories that that are leading, and it's a bigger story all the way around, much like Mandalorian. So it's very good. So, and I think Filoni was partly involved in Mandalorian too, was he not?
Yes.
That's so. Yeah, Bad Batch is very well done. It makes me want to go back and watch. Was it Rebels that was preceded that, or was it Resistance?
Yeah. Rebels. No, it was Rebels. Yeah.
So, it's going to be interesting. Where they're going with that, and the Omega girl and all that. But they're bringing, and then Crosshair. That was a nice twist, having him stay on the Empire and all that.
Still, I think everybody's waiting to see if he's going to come back. If he will.
Right. And then the new guy from that planet that stuck around, but he's pretty much was siding with the Bad Batch. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He was their main, clone.
The captain?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. It was
I can't remember either.
Trash can or something like that. But I've only seen it once. But no, so it's very well done. So we would definitely give Bad Batch obviously a Millennium Falcon. Well done, Dave Filoni can't miss. He's a well. I hope he's involved for a long time. We talked a little bit off camera about 7, 8, 9 and the direction of Star Wars in the future. And you were telling me you believe from the rumors that sound like Kennedy is on her way out, which is apparently going to make a lot of people happy.
Yes.
On and off camera, if you will, meaning people that like us or people that are literally involved with it. And Filoni and Favreau staying on board, and you can't get better than that. I think we both agree with that. If you got those two right in the ship, it's going to be really nice. I'm looking forward to Andor because I loved Rogue One, and I think there's a Rogue series coming out. I think it's just called Rogue, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's about the resistance and all that. So, or actually not the rebels, So
Yeah.
it's resistance. So yeah, it's and then Obi-Wan, is that actually coming out this
Yep.
next year,
Yep.
December?
I see trailers on YouTube. I don't know if they're real or not, but yeah, Ewan has basically said yes, there will be a Kenobi.
Nice. And yeah, it's like you get a little tingly when you talk about this stuff, because I think I've heard that Qui-Gon, Liam Neeson has said he'll do a part for maybe a show or something kind of thing, trying to bridge the gap, I would imagine, with the end of what was that, Phantom Menace, and then of course Sith, where he supposedly met up with him and to learn about how to transform into the other side or whatever, so
Or channel talk to his former
right.
master. Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, and of course, Mandalorian, we got to talk about that. That show it's kind of kicked it all off with the Star Wars, if you would, reboot, not counting the movies, but it's well received, excellently written, excellently done. I don't even have to click on the Millennium Falcon. I was going to try to get the Falcons. Is the Falcon's Crest? That's the name of his ship, isn't it?
Razor's Crest.
Razor's Edge. So that one deserves a Razor's Edge, but and then when that one blew up, and then they put it back together. But great show, and it seems like to me at the end of episode 2, now they're done with getting Baby Yoda, which is not really Baby Yoda, but that's what everybody wants to call him. Yeah, to where he went, and now it should kind of start new. Something. I would imagine he's out of the picture at least for a while, unless he comes back in other aspects.
I would like to think he's going to be with Luke for a while,
right,
to train. I don't know. Like I said, rumor is that Kennedy will not be renewed on her contract. Yeah, Filoni and Favreau are going to fight hard, if not won, to get Gina back.
No doubt.
Which
that has to happen.
I mean, I hope so.
I mean, if the guy who faked his getting beat up during the Trump campaign got his job back with the that Empire show, I mean, then she should get her job back, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gina, she was awesome. But so let's definitely hope that she gets that back, because that would just be a shame having to recast that and her not being in it when she's put the time in,
I think they realize if they do recast, even though we all love this show, some will not watch. Just have protest.
Well, yeah, hopefully it's just not the diehards, but yeah, I don't disagree. Or people will act like we go down that rabbit hole, but yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. That's for sure. So, and those type of people will deserve a poopy OG.
Yeah.
So,
if you can make it bigger.
Yeah. With the lightsaber going through its head, so. So Mandalorian is the cream of the crop right now. Is in it, so it's just going to be awesome to see what's coming down the pike. Movie wise, the rumors are that Filoni and Favreau, and even Lucas is supposed to be. I don't know if he's just back. Or they're picking his brain or what.
Well, I mean, it's going to be hard for him to say, "Hey guys, I'm back," but because he sold it.
Oh yeah,
but. Filoni wants George in his right-hand pocket.
Right.
And when they shoot Mandalorian, George is right there. Anything, because Dave wants the continuity.
Right.
Here's Sith.
Yeah.
Animal farm around here. Here's Sith. He wants the continuity, and they're fans like we are. So they want to do it right. Otherwise, what's the point?
The way I look at it is, I know George sold it, but if they want him to be a part of, George, he probably ain't taking any money for it. He's got more money than he needs to do with. It's more of a, something to do, to stay busy.
Exactly.
And it's his mind, and we all know that.
He's probably not taking a dime.
Yeah, it's his mind, and that's what made it great. And I think Favreau and Filoni especially have really got dialed in to, as fans first, and then obviously people working later into the universe. And so having him right there.
Filoni did Rebels. That was
right.
Filoni's baby.
Right.
With George right there. Trying to think, what was I going to go with that? Oh, 7, 8, 9, like we talked about. Um, I think that's what George back. That's what Brian back. I think he
Right.
was okay with 7 because he trusted JJ,
Right.
Jar Jar, JJ. Um, 8, I don't think even he knows what they were thinking. You know, they gave it to Ryan Johnson, and Brian just said, "I'll do what I want."
Okay.
You know, even Mark Hamill was like, we finally saw it. He was openly speaking out about it until Disney said, "Do you still want the money?" And then you see Bert turn it down, and he did.
Right.
But for him to say Luke Skywalker is not going to be that give up guy, he's not going to turn against his principles. He's just not going to give up, and that's exactly how Ryan wanted him to play it.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah, that really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because Luke was the ultimate of the prophecy. It wasn't Anakin, but they thought from the first movie it was Luke.
what's so really sad is 7, 8 was so bad that Solo came out and nobody gave it a chance. And I thought Solo, besides all of a sudden I could speak Wookiee, was good. I really enjoyed it.
I do not disagree. Well, 100%. I saw that in the theater, and it took me about 10 minutes just to forget that I'm not looking at Harrison Ford. That's because
Yeah.
we're talking about the better part of our lives. Harrison Ford is Han Solo. So once I got off of that, it was very well done, like you said. And that by that time the Wookiee thing was over. As far as him speaking it, that was a nice way to get out of that little, death
Well,
trap
they
there.
have to somehow introduce that Harrison can understand what he's saying.
Right,
You never saw Harrison Ford speak Wookiee back to Chewbacca, but
he understood
Chewbacca
what he's
understood
saying.
English, and he understood what he was saying. So
Right.
I still
So,
like the. Have you seen the unedited or the back behind the scenes stuff where you got
Solo?
Peter actually took the original Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you got Peter, that old man's mad. You said it, stuff like
Right.
that. So, or
Right.
he's on top of the Millennium Falcon working Harrison for that scene, and Harrison comes up, and you actually hear Peter say, "Where the hell you been?" So,
That's good. Yeah.
yeah,
That
it's
is
good
good
to
stuff.
play off and act off that kind of dialogue. So,
Right. Because they're going to sub in all the other stuff later,
right,
And, yeah. Some of that stuff, especially with the Darth Vaders, there was no sound of Earl Jones when they were shooting,
right,
So,
just
yeah.
Dave saying the lines. Yeah,
Yeah. So that was interesting too. But yeah. I know the Andor's coming out, Rogue's coming out, and those are supposed to be going in really good directions. I'm definitely excited about Andor because I really liked Rogue One, that character. I really do. I think I told you this before, but we weren't on air, I don't think. Maybe it was, but it doesn't matter. When I saw Solo, and at
yeah.
the end of the Solo, and I saw Darth Maul, I was sitting next to a total stranger. I went to by myself, and
Poor
and
guy.
I just looked.
We'll
at the
go
guy,
next time.
There you go. I just looked at the guy and I said, I'm not one of those guys that know every hour of the Star Wars universe, but how is Darth Maul in this timeline? I said, I can't put that together. And he goes, I don't know either. So I went home and looked it up. And of course, I didn't watch Rebels and the others to see that Maul survived.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's cutting him in half. I did see the metal legs. But that didn't tip me off. That was after that, So I was thinking, what are they doing? So I was able to say, okay, I guess there's a way they did it because I have not watched all of the kid stuff. I tried,
Me neither.
and I just couldn't, because I felt I was just a little bit too old, and it's hard to stay with it. Maybe in my old age, I just don't have time to stick with stuff that. So, but now the Bad Batch, I'm with. I've seen every one of them. So. Those are doing good. But anyway, so yeah.
Back to the Bad Batch. I'm glad they left it in a New Zealand accent. Like her saying "Rekka," and you would with that accent.
Right. I agree. That's that stuff. We're used to it, and it's working good. what I really want is a sequel to Solo. I want to see him say, because he obviously goes to Tatooine after he kills Woody Harrelson. Because Woody
Yeah.
says, "Hey, I got a big thing going." We all know what that is, and then of course he goes and takes it over. So that would have been great. But there's not a lot of room for another movie after a second one because that's going to bleed right into New Hope. You
gotta remember they had to refine another director. Ron had to take over because the two idiots before wanted to make a big comedy out of it.
Right. Yep.
So
I thought
if
Ron
it went
did
for
great.
Ron Howard, if it went for Ron Howard, then it's just
honestly,
a shame. Like I said, it didn't get a chance.
I agree, and it was because of 8. There's no doubt about it. 8 was so not well received that it killed the momentum that Solo had at all. And then they just stopped making side movies. And I'm thinking, don't do that. These are great, man. Rogue One was great. Solo was great. And I heard there was going to be a Leia, and others, So, we've never seen, I don't think, anything on Alderaan because it blew up in 4, and we've never really, so they got a whole thing to get on there. So, but anyways, hopefully they make some of them. Yeah, but they're going to make some stuff. We know that. So we've got Obi-Wan to look forward to, Andor to look forward to, and more to come for sure. So what else? I want to touch on Dragon Con. I see the thing over your shoulder. For people who maybe haven't seen other videos we have on the Fletch Entertainment Network that involves Marc, Marc has many years heavily integrated into the Star Wars universe, if you will, meaning he's a member of the 501st because of your Empire uniforms you wore
Darth
one
Vader.
time. Yeah,
Darth Vader and Imperial Officer.
Your Imperial Officer. Were you ever a member of what's the one for the
Rebel
the
Legion?
Rebels?
Yeah, that's
The
where
Rebel
Wookiee
Legion.
comes in. Yeah, I was the first Tarful. If I research that character, I was the first Tarful in the Rebel Legion back in 2011. I joined.
So he's and he has been around that universe for a very long time. So much so that the late and supremely great Peter Mayhew was someone that Marc called Dad. No disrespect to his own father, absolutely, but they were just that close to him and his wife that Marc and his wife called him Mom and Dad.
Walking King right here.
And you're also this man we're talking to right here was a pallbearer at Peter Mayhew's funeral. There's only 8 other guys maybe that could say that. Usually there's about 8 or 9 guys on
the program right here. I want to say there was 8 of us.
8. So very I'm at a loss for words, but unique territory. We're talking to a guy here that knows a lot of people, knows a lot of things that are history involved. It's not just someone who you see on some things where they're just spouting off their opinions. He's got literally knowledge and insider knowledge and facts and stuff like that. So Peter Mayhew was now how much taller was he than you? About 5 or 6 inches?
I'm about 6'8" and a half, 6'9". He was 7'2".
Okay. So he was the same as George.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. Did he ever meet George?
Yeah.
Someone he could see eye to eye with. That didn't happen very often.
I took George to the Cincinnati Comic Expo, and in one day, he met Peter and Dave Prowse.
Oh, wow.
And he got photographs of both. Matter of fact,
Excellent.
we ate dinner with Peter and Angie because I was their driver. And, so I said, your bestie hooked you up, bro.
Awesome.
He had never met them up to that point, ever.
Wow. And did Peter, by any chance, make a statement about seeing him eye to eye? How often does it happen in his life?
I think he may have to George.
Yeah.
I'd have to ask George because I'm sure he remember. But
Right.
I remember introducing him, and Peter actually stood up right away to see how they compared. So,
Okay.
if you look at my Facebook, there are pictures with George, Peter, and then me.
Okay, great. Yeah, so the Star Wars and Aldro pass along. A lot of it is, especially from Marc, is stuff he knows through the lines and stuff. So Dragon Con, you're going in 45 days, you said?
Yeah, it's about 45 days, I think.
September. We're going to get some live reports from Dragon Con. Now, this is in Atlanta, right? So it's
Correct.
to a certain degree like a Comic-Con over here, but it's not really. It's
It
just
is.
anything and everything.
No, it's
You
the
know.
world's largest fan held convention in the world.
Oh,
Uh, Last attendance in 19 was 80,000,
wow.
and there are 5 hotels that host it, and not just rooms. They actually have the other rooms downstairs for different panels. They got everything from Brit tracks to science tracks to you know anything you can think of in geekdom. They have a panel for it.
Awesome.
They have folk music. They have punk music. They got these guys called Cybertronics. They dress up like Transformers, and they actually play great music. They're all wearing the costumes. Even the drummer has a Transformer costume on.
That's gotta be
Um,
tough.
and they always have like Crew Shadows is always there. You can always find them on YouTube. And if you ever get on, just Google Dragon Con, you can see how big it is. It's just absolutely amazing.
And awesome. That I know that's in Atlanta, and now you are planning to where you were telling me. Obviously, your Wookiee you're taking with you, your Imperial officer you're taking with you, leaving Darth at home, right?
Leaving Darth at home.
Leaving Thanos at home,
Leaving Thanos
per
at home.
per request of your wife, and the
Yes.
time it takes to put makeup on,
Yep.
which you have to respect. And and you are taking now your Game of Thrones. You have one. What's the Game of Thrones costume you
It
have?
is the Mountain from seasons 7 and 8. The black armor. He's a zombie, of course.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And then you guys are going to do what you've done before from a space balls standpoint, right?
Well, we call ourselves the Princess Stunt Doubles, and it's a takeoff of the scene where the guards catch supposedly the characters. And the officer says, "Oh, you've caught the stunt doubles, you idiots!" It turned out if you turn around, they're all guys in the female costumes. The one playing the princess actually has a cigar hanging out of his mouth. So that's where we take it from. So we have everybody represented. I took over Merida about 5 years ago.
That's there. I wonder if those guys who played the stunt doubles, if they really were the stunt doubles, they probably were. They have to be the only stunt doubles that have been replicated by fans. You know, I mean, it's like, hey, you're dressed up as a stunt double on purpose because of that cool scene in Spaceballs. You know, where I think it was
you will see
the
it in
princess.
fan videos. You'll see all the princesses. The first line sitting on the floor, and the rest of us are standing behind them. Of course, Princess Leia is a Disney
Right.
princess. I think we're trying to get the Moana people in there and stuff like that. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Those many Disney princesses that can be
yeah.
put together. So so that'll be a cool picture. So we'll definitely look forward to seeing stuff from Dragon Con for sure, and we'll talk more about that. We're going to try to make this at least maybe a weekly show or at least a bi-weekly show. We'll see how it goes. I think we both have the time on our hands, so it's a lot of fun to be able to do it. So
I'm retired, so
yeah, there you go. Have you been to other things that like Dragon Con or other places like either Comic Con or whatever else? I think there used to be some in Indianapolis every year for Star Wars. Wasn't
yeah.
there?
Oh yeah, you still do. You have Indie PopCon just happened. I missed it because I'm trying to get this foot healed up.
Right.
I saw a lot of my friends there and got a bit depressed, but
Sure.
Indiana Comic Con is in October now.
Oh, okay.
Gym City Comic Con is at the end of this month at the Dayton Convention Center, I believe.
Like next weekend, end of July.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yep. So I'm gonna go probably not costume, probably wearing
Right.
my what we call racing shirts. They got their Garrison everything on there, or whatever. And probably
Okay.
sit there and help out with Shoot a Trooper, which the stormtroopers stand there get shot with Nerf guns. It's all for charity.
Sure. Awesome. Awesome.
Let me see. Cincinnati Comic Expo. That's at the end of September. They're getting some really good guests.
Okay.
Katie Sackhoff herself will
Hey.
be there. So,
Now,
and then Dragon Con, the woman who played the armor in Mandalorian, she'll be at Dragon Con. So I want to get a picture with her.
okay. Is Sackhoff supposed to be Dragon Con or no?
No, not as
Okay.
far as we know. I mean, they
Yeah.
haven't announced all of the guests.
Right.
I don't know if they're saying. I hope they're saving the best for last because a lot of them are has-beens.
I saw some really nice posts. Kay Sackhoff, obviously, as far as for me, and most, probably you too, goes back to the reboot of Battlestar Galactica
Yes.
playing Starbuck. And which I thought, female Starbuck, but great actress.
I too.
She just was awesome.
At first,
as a
I was like,
tough
"What?"
guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Tough guy, tough girl, smoking the cigars and all that.
Yeah,
But
she's a rock
even
star.
more than that, man, I loved that reboot. I was all over that. It was just, I thought it was so much better than the original. No offense to the original, the time frame more than anything, but just so well done, well written. The whole concept with the Cylons and how they can look. I just was totally into it. I can't remember how many seasons it was, but that either the last one or the last two was where it really, I think it fell off the bridge. And I think some other people got involved and they
I
just
did
trying to wrap it
not
up.
watch the last season because people told me not to. I'd be disappointed, so I did not watch it. Same with
wasn't as-
Dexter.
It
Never watched
wasn't
the
as
end of
di-
Dexter either.
well, it wasn't as disappointing as Lost, which I unfortunately
Yeah,
did see
too.
that. I literally went into told my wife, "Don't bother me for the next 2 hours," and I think I came out going, "Well, that was the biggest 2 hour waste of my entire life." I could have ate two gallons of ice cream, but yeah. Now, they tried to pull it all together. They found Earth, blah blah blah. But it was just not greatly done. They land on Earth and they see what is ancient Mesopotamians running around with spears, and they decide to chuck all their tech into the sun and live as amongst them as
Oh my God.
them. So they started our civilization. I'm like, okay, whatever. Nice idea, but not good enough. And it was just nowhere near as good as it was when they started. It was
I
so
tell you,
great.
a show I'm jamming big time around is Stargate SG-1.
And that was, when was that actually live?
Oh my gosh, we're talking late 80s,
Okay.
90s.
I
And,
never did watch that.
George told me to watch it. He
Okay.
said, look, you're going to love it. It's science fiction and military. And I'm like, all right, I'll watch it. And I love it.
Well, I'm going to have to give it a go, and I'll report on it because if it sounds like I'm probably going to like it too. If the two of you guys like it, then it's just something I overlooked for whatever reason. I remember
is
liking the
really
movie
good.
with Kurt Russell, so I'll have to give that a go. We still got some time. Resident Alien. That's if you're looking for something that's. And this is different. This is dark. This is not for kids, but it's super funny. But yet, it's a lot of different things, and it's not a cookie cutter satire
No.
show. It's not. It's a mold breaker. A lot of different things. A couple things I'm thinking, wow, can they say that now because of certain things? Like the name of the cop. I'm like, really? It doesn't offend me, but hey. But it's a great show. It just ended its first season, 10 episodes. It's a Sci-Fi Channel show, so catch it. I think it's on Peacock. If you have Peacock, you can see it for free. If you got on demand, just about anything's going to have that probably. But great show. The premise of that show is a guy is coming to Earth. He's an alien. He's going to crash. He crash lands on Earth, but he's actually being sent to Earth. His mission is to wipe out the human race.
Yeah, just drop the bomb and go.
And you find some of this out later. It's kind of already happened when they start the series. But basically, he took over kind of a hermit, retired medical guy in the middle of nowhere in a log cabin on a lake. He lives by himself.
Town doctor.
Doctor. They took his body over when he accidentally killed him. So I don't know if he really accidentally or not. And then they come out to get him because they need somebody to come into the little small town because somebody's died. He goes, well, don't
the
you have
coroner.
a doctor?
Or
They
the
said
actual
that you have a
coroner
doctor.
was dead, was murdered.
Well, I thought it was their doctor because that's why they needed him.
Yeah, a doctor
Was he
needs a
was he
doctor.
the coroner? He was the coroner too. So
He was a coroner, yeah.
So it's just this guy's assimilating to human life by using Google. Is just a lot of and other things. Whiskey, at one point he says whiskey's really good. It really helps you make great decisions, which it doesn't. But I mean, that's the comedy of it. But don't want to give too many things away because it is new. Don't want to spoiler alert that to death. But I think we certainly highly recommend that is a Millennium Falcon type of
Yeah.
show.
Alan
Is-
Tudyk just kills it.
Well, there's a tie-in exactly. If you've seen Rogue One, he's the voice of K2.
Yeah,
The
K2SO.
yeah the Empire robot that is with Andor
Reprogrammed
that they
Imperial droid,
reprogrammed.
yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" Because I thought K2 was the bomb on that show. On
You're
that
being
movie.
rescued. Congratulations.
Dude, please don't resist. Yeah. Would you like me to tell you the statistics of her using the gun on you? Yeah.
High, very high.
Yeah. I thought I told you to stay in the ship. He goes, well, you're right. I should have stayed
I
in the
was
ship.
bored.
Yeah. I love it when she handed him his stuff and he just drops it. I ain't taking that back to the ship. But yeah, good stuff. I loved Rogue One. So yeah, K2. So Alan Tudyk?
Alan Tudyk, yeah.
Yeah. So and
There's
he's
another show called Con Man, and it's on. I found it on Prime, and trying to think of the other guy, the main guy from Firefly.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah, he's hilarious too. But Con
Isn't
Man
he on The
needs-
Rookie?
Yeah,
The
he's
main
in
guy
the
from
Rookie
Firefly,
too.
or Josh Whedon the director of Firefly or something like that, or
I don't know.
I thought
He
it
may
was
have
Josh. Neither way, but
Anyway, the premise is there was an old space show, and he was the second in command. And sure enough, the show went off the air, but they're reliving off the stardom. And he's just doing the con circuit and hating every minute of it.
so that's a great idea for a show too.
It's called Con Man, and it's
Right.
so good.
Is it still a running show or is it an older show?
Well, get this. It was a crowd fund thing,
Oh wow!
and they started it that way. I think that was Alan's idea. And for 2 or 3 of the episodes, it was crowdfunded. You could see they give credits to everybody on the screen. And then from then on, the studio picked it up. And
That's awesome.
I imagine if Resident Alien takes off, he's not going to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did see that in his IMDb. I was trying to remember where I've seen him before, and I think it was an episode of Law and Order or something where for his face, because he's done tons of voice work.
He does. Yeah, he has.
But for his face, I've never seen Con Man, but I remember seeing that on the list. So, but I didn't know that was what it was about. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So I'll have to give that a go for sure. So
It's got, Henry Rollins. You ever heard that name? It's like a real hard rocker slash.
Yeah, the musician.
Yeah, he plays a character on the show.
Really?
But in normal life, as a unemployed actor, he is a Republican. But he lets everybody know it. And they're like, everybody else are, hiding their political factions or whatever.
This
So
is
he's
in
like,
the
I
show.
don't care. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll make
That's
a
funny.
gun out of anything. So it looks like a rock. He says, yeah, watch this. Picks it up and starts shooting the rock. Okay. He'll make a gun out of anything.
That's funny.
It's really good.
That's funny. I definitely got to give that a look. That's got a couple of storylines in it that sound really, really good. So, Con Man, I'll have to find out what channel it's on. I'll find it. I can find anything. So,
It's on Prime. I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
So we got you got Dragon Con. We've talked about Marvel and Star Wars, Resident Alien.
Speaking of Mandalorian, the latest
yeah.
costume I'm working on is my heavy Mandalorian. I'm going to show you. Well, here's the boot I'm going to be able to wear.
Now, when he says he's working on this, what he's telling you is that he does have a 3D printer, and he is printing the pieces of the armor, like you can see above his head in the background.
One of the thighs.
So
Yeah,
he's
I'm printing another thigh. I just printed this calf piece. I got paint yet.
Now you got a Mandalorian helmet, but you had to have a second one made because it was a little small. Is that right?
Yeah. So
did you get the second one yet?
Oh yeah, I've had it for a while. Matter of fact, fell off the shelf, broke in half.
Yikes!
I had to put it back together, and it's good to go now.
Oh, cool.
I have the gun that he was carrying, which I don't know if I could
I
turn
saw
the
that when I was at
camera
your
on.
house.
Yeah, so it's there. The
Yep.
helmet is shoot up there.
Okay.
Yeah, so everybody just
Excellent.
like, what's still so? Um, so yeah, I got the 6 scale statue I'm staring at as we speak. I use that for detail. I bought the files online. The most cumbersome part is to get it to print correctly. Like this piece here, I made 105% to make it bigger,
Right.
and it stopped at 97%.
Oh man.
This this part right here, this ring, is supposed to be up here too.
Oh geez.
I got to reprint the whole thing. So this is you're looking at $5, yeah, because of plastic. But I
Right.
tell you,
How many hours on the printer?
2 days,
Oh wow.
yeah, for nothing. But that's
So
the
how
life
many
of a
how many
3D
total
printer.
pieces do you need to print of that off your 3D? Do you have any idea yet? Or
Left to do. I mean, I printed so much. I'm going to reprint the one thigh. I may print the back that goes around the back of the legs, and I think that's it.
okay.
Everything else printed out. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
it's,
So
it's a labor of love. It's
sure.
expensive. I told you my Thanos, I'm not going to wear a Dragon Con. Just the boots that were made, the upper piece he wears, and the belt. That's $900 right there.
Wow.
The shirt I had made, the muscle shirt, $900. So, it's I guess what boys and their toys, I guess.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I I could probably show you. Let me see if I can do a little mark on the camera here. Over here. Of
You
course.
still
Well,
got that
I
green
gotta take
screen
the.
thing so you can't make it out.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'll fix that. 'Cause
And then you're a
It's
ghost.
yeah. It's kind of doing. That's my first green screen, so as we can tell,
There
wasn't
you
working
go.
all that great. So,
Now pan.
I don't want to. Hold on, it's thinking I want to upload a new. Okay, so one of my labor of loves is see the Galaga machine.
Oh yeah.
I modded that, put all the joysticks and LED buttons on there, and it's got every console you can think of, starting from the
That's
20,
awesome.
2600 all the way up to PlayStation 1.
That's great.
Before running on a Raspberry Pi. I love video games. It's another geek part. So if you have any video game interest, we can always talk about
I'm
some of that stuff too.
just playing Black Ops. I'm playing the latest kick is zombies. Me and
Oh,
some
yeah.
other guys, one from North Carolina, one from Upper Ohio, and the other from Kentucky. We get on there and we always get an extra guy at random. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I love playing zombies.
I got a Stadia controller, and that's the new cloud gaming is kind of the way things are going a little bit. It seems like, and it plays in 4K. It plays off your Google Cast if you got a 4K Chromecast or the new one. And there's I think it was EA that had a stranglehold on all Star Wars games, and they've kind of finally released that. And Ubisoft, which is your Tom Clancy, type game, the Rainbow Six and all that. They're supposed to be making, I don't know when it's supposed to be done, but an absolutely open world Star Wars game that's supposed to just set the world on fire. So I'm highly looking forward to playing that and others and stuff too. So, but yeah, I when I do the shoot 'em, kill 'em games, I'm the one getting killed all the time because I don't
Me
know where
too.
all the hiding spots are. They're up in a tree somewhere, sniping me from
Yep.
500 yards away.
I
So,
always seems like I get killed by 10-year-olds.
yeah, there you go. There you go. Alrighty, well, we're looking at close to an hour on this, so we'll wrap this thing up for today. But appreciate anybody watching. I know I showed it had a one on there for a little while, but hopefully people get it on demand. We'll start pushing it out and getting some more viewers, and more is better. Any is better. So,
Tell your friends and neighbors.
oh yeah, there you go.
And like I said, we can always do a show and tell maybe about some of the stuff. Like I alluded to, I have one of Peter's walking canes that nobody else in the world will ever have. And we
Absolutely,
can
absolutely.
also talk about, unfortunately, the week he passed away.
Sure. Yeah.
How surprising it was. So.
Yep. That was right before Dragon Con, right?
No, right before Dallas Fan Expo.
Oh, okay, Dallas Fan Expo. Okay, and and I think I mentioned I have a friend of mine's young son. He's like 21 now, I think. He's got 9 lightsabers. 8 of them are from the Galaxy's Edge, and then 1 is from the company somewhere else that makes those monster ones. And
took a minute to get the right.
So yeah, he's got something like that, and he bought some aftermarket red rubber covers for the bulbs that look like flames.
Oh, yeah?
So it looks like it's flickering. You know, he's got a lot of disposable income because he's single, lives at home. But anyways, so hold on, my daughter wants to say, hey, come on in real quick.
Hey, how are you?
Am I in the screen?
Yes, you're right there. See, oh, don't push me down. Okay, go see Hero. Go. Hero's our dog. Okay, go see Hero. Say hi to Hero and Mommy. Go on. So we're getting ready to end it up. So, anyways, yeah, he's got a Boba Fett helmet, and the little thing comes down. You can take the thing off, just like yours. He's got the silver, like what's behind us here.
Yeah, Mandalorian helmet. I got a cheap one I got way early in the game, and it's literally plastic and utterly small.
He's got, I think, 2 or 3 holocrons that you put the kyber crystals in, and it says like Darth Vader things and all that. I was just at his house like a week ago for the first time in a long time. He's got Thor's hammer, Thor's axe, and the shield from Captain America. I think that's all he's got Marvel-wise from that. And then I think the kid literally, they've priced it out because it's kept it in good condition. It's original and it's in cardboard where most of them are in plastic. He has got over 10 grand in Pokemon Game Boy stuff.
Holy cow.
Is that crazy? I'm like,
well,
if I had anything worth 10
grand.
It,
I'm not going to advertise where I live, but in this room, it's probably about $80,000 worth of stuff.
It's in a vault, in a volcano. That commercial.
Well, and some things are priceless, like Peter's cane.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, some things you can't put a price on. There's no doubt, you know, and you wouldn't want to at all. Yeah, Peter's cane. Yeah, absolutely. There's, you know, something like that is like if a family member, you know, but obviously you know very well the whole family situation anyway, so that doesn't really come into play. But anyways, yeah, we got lots of cool stuff we can talk about. We can certainly spend the whole show just going through all of the cool. So you got a lot more things that we've ever even talked about that I even know about.
Thinks about a topic, post it, and we'll discuss it in depth. I love to rip apart Lucasfilm as it is right now.
Right. So hopefully it's going back in the right direction. It sounds like it's possible if the rumors that we hear are true. Then
I hope so.
Should be looking at good stuff moving forward because I'll tell you, I grew up a DC guy, and Marvel's kicking it, and DC is like
they're playing catch up, and they'll never catch up.
Yeah, I liked both Wonder Woman movies. They were very well done.
Me too.
I liked the Man of Steel, even though obviously from my generation, Christopher Reeve's always a Superman because of being that old and all that.
Where you grew up with.
But Henry Cavill did a great job. It was well done, but then when they the whole. And I know it's a dark, what do they call that? It's a graphic novel, but the whole Batman versus Superman thing they jumped into.
I thought that was stupid.
I know. I don't think it was the right time because like I said, I know it was a graphic novel, but there's people like you and me that Batman versus Superman just is not an idea we wanted to see. You know,
my mother's name is Martha.
Yeah,
what?
You know, the tie-in, and it was just So
I tell you what, if you haven't watched it, watch the Snyder's cut.
I did, and it was better.
So much good.
I literally was thinking, I know it was over 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, how much different can it be? It's incredible. It's not like a director's cut with 18 more seconds of footage. It is insanely different with characters and backstory and all kinds of stuff. You know, I'm like, wow, they really. That made the non-director's cut even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like it. Now I really don't like it because the Snyder Cut was really better. And I didn't think I was going to be that way. I thought I'm going to watch this and go, it's not a whole lot different. And it was very different. So.
I'm skeptical about the new Suicide Squad.
I don't know why they're doing another one. I just
don't know.
don't get it. You
I don't
know,
know. And as long as that they're not letting Robin or Robbie do Birds of Prey again.
right. And
And I haven't watched Black Widow yet. I don't want to know if I want to pay $30, already paying for Disney Plus to watch that movie. I don't know.
I did watch it. I'm not gonna say about how much I paid for it, but I did watch it, and it was much like most Marvel. It was well done. It was a great backstory because I know that she's already dead and all that. No spoilers there. Everybody's seen Endgame. But it was very well done, good movie. I just it's funny in the very beginning of the movie, it takes place in somewhere in Ohio, 1985. I'm like, you're kidding me?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
So good movie. Well done, and it's my hats off to Marvel because, like I said, I'm a DC guy, and I really was resistant to Marvel, and it was well into the Marvel Cinematic Universe before I finally jumped on board and started watching a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Kevin Feige is the one keeping them alive.
Oh yeah,
in that case, yeah, all these expanded 9, whatever they call it, it's all Kevin Feige. It's all his ideas.
Okay, then if that's who it is, then he's got a mind that. He needs a blank check. You write that guy a blank check because he is killing it. There's no doubt. And I feel bad because I don't know how they can resurrect the DC universe. And what they did on the DC channel with, I can't remember what show it was I watched, but Brendan Fraser was on it. And I just turned it off. I'm like, this is not what comics is supposed to be.
Doom Patrol. Is that what you're talking about? Or
was
Brandon's that robot?
The first episode, it was definitely not for kids. He was like,
Doom Patrol's not for kids.
Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah,
I think it was the first episode of Doom Patrol.
He just voiced it. Another actor's in the costume.
He was himself. He wasn't in a costume. It was him.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it was Doom Patrol, unless it was him before he turned into a.
It could be. Yes.
Okay,
he was a car driver, and then he wrecked. And then somehow this guy found his body, and then kind of like a Darth Vader kind of thing,
right?
And turned him into this robot. But
maybe I need to give it another look because I did the same thing. I did the same thing with Band of Brothers. I started watching Band of Brothers, and I saw Schwimmer, and I turned it off because I hate Friends. And then years later, it was on the History Channel, and I was too lazy to get off the couch. So I let it roll, and I ended up watching the whole thing, and I couldn't believe I ever turned it off. It's literally one of the greatest things I have ever seen.
And Captain Sobel himself, I mean, they said he was just that guy, but great tactician, but,
just horrible in the
battlefield.
As far
as terrible leader.
Right. So I bow down and forgiveness begging on that because... I love that so much that I tried to watch The Pacific a number of times, and it's to me it has never I've never been able to stay with it. And I've heard others say the same thing. It's just not as good as Band of Brothers was. Band of Brothers, my good friend, much like you, served a couple of years, and he graduated in '87, and so I told him he ended up being a cop down in Cincinnati for a number of years, and then he became a homicide detective, and now he's with the Hamilton County with the special prosecutor. He's a special investigator. But it's Dan Witherwood's his brother, Keith, if you ever met Keith. So I told him one time, dude, you got to see Band of Brothers. I said, you will absolutely, it's the greatest thing. Well, he got chasing the dude down in the bad part of town in Cincinnati in uniform. He ended up ripping a 4 or 5 inch gash out of one of his cheeks. So had to have a bunch of stitches. So he was laid up for a while. So his mom bought him Band of Brothers. He had nowhere to go because he couldn't get up. So he watched it. He called me. He goes, dude, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. And if it wasn't for my injury, I don't know if I would have ever seen it because it's so long.
Yeah.
I said, I know, dude. I said, I feel like my life is better because I saw that because it really happened. And then, the last one where they talk to the actual guys.
Yeah.
And then you can literally see, boy, they typed the guy. That guy looks just like the actor
that
played him. I was like, it was chilling. And if they wouldn't have stamped their name on it, if they had goofed it up, that thing was just well done. Absolutely well done.
I'm watching a thing on YouTube. It's a history guy goes around, and he actually went to where they were taking out those cannons. To this day, his battle plan's still taught at West Point. Winters battle plan.
Yeah, Lieutenant Winters.
And they actually have the field. It's just a farm field now. They plow. But they have a huge monument erected to the guys of Easy Company,
Wow.
501st. It's got all the names listed, to include Dick Winters. And he passed away 2-3 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, you can ask for a better leader.
Oh, no doubt. They just did such a great job of making that and making it real. And obviously, I guess when the story is that good, it's not hard to do, but at least they did a good job of doing it.
Yeah.
Because he was, I mean, you would jump through a burning building for that guy, there's no doubt. I mean, and his partner in the beginning, the VAT 75 or whatever that guy was drinking.
Yeah, that captain or lieutenant. Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow. So, all right, we're gonna wrap it up. But we got more coming. So stick with us and give us some ideas of stuff you want. Otherwise, we'll just keep talking about the stuff that we love because we speak geeks. So we're the geeks that speak. So it's Geek Speak here on the Fletch Entertainment Network, and that's Facebook and it's YouTube, and who knows, maybe someday they'll invent something else that will stick it on Instagram. I don't know, whatever. So
next time,
all right,
Spaceballs.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
May the Schwartz be with you.
No doubt. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. Love that movie. All right, guys, we will see you next time right here on the Mothership. So see you next time.